Well, hello and welcome to your November's monthly numerology with me, Jennifer, here at Metaphysical Roundtable. I mean, you know, this is just for people that haven't been here before. Like most of you know me, you know my cats, Mercury and Mouse. Those are the office cats. They're the ones that don't get along with anybody else. I know. We have people like that in our lives, don't we? I mean, all of us. Yeah. So, couple things. Just letting you know, just a couple of housekeeping things here. I have recorded most of the numerology personal life path numbers already. So some of them I forgot to flip the camera until the end, and we're gonna forgive that. Okay, maybe it's just one or two. I don't know. I can't remember because I haven't done the editing yet. But I just want to apologize for the state of my nails. They're a mess. They are a mess. I have been doing a lot of cleaning out because October for me, my personal numerology is change. And I've been cleaning out, I've been cleaning up, and my mother-in-law is coming, and I love her, and I just wanted her to have a comfortable space. Anyway, I've been working outside a lot, to say the least. Also, please forgive the cat hair, because for some reason, I chose to wear black on camera. Why did I do that? I'm surrounded by animals. I have 3 dogs and more cats in the house, so it's kind of crazy. I don't know why I chose to do that, but there we have it. There we are, covered in cat hair, so please forgive that as well. Now that I've begged for forgiveness, I want to do something a little different. I want to tell you the crystal of the month first. All right, before I get into the astrology of like the month of November, because it is very interesting, but I want to talk about this lovely, lovely crystal that we have for November, and that is Rainbow Moonstone. Now, it is not like rainbow fluorite that has like a whole bunch of colors. Rainbow Moonstone is just not coming into focus. Rainbow Moonstone is black and white, and it is glorious. I mean, it's so glorious. I have some on a little pedestal. Oh my gosh. This one's a little rough. It's not tumbled. These are all partially polished. This one is partially polished on the top where the peak is, and then it's rough on the bottom. It's so beautiful. It really is. I love the Rainbow Moonstone. This was introduced to me by a lovely young man at a local metaphysical shop, Heart, Soul, and Art. Love this. This is so awesome. He's a Cancer, so he said that this resonated with him. And I get that because I'm going to tell you the meaning and you're going to understand. I want to show you an example of Moonstone and then the Rainbow Moonstone. There is a bit of a difference. This is more white, and it obviously has like, black in it. And of course, this is just Moonstone, regular Moonstone. Nothing's wrong with regular Moonstone. It has also been a feature on this show. So, I digress. But the Rainbow Moonstone, the reason why I wanted to show you the regular Moonstone is because Rainbow Moonstone is an amplified version of Moonstone. It's all that and more. Yeah. I got the information for Rainbow Moonstone from, of course, as always, the Encyclopedia of Crystals by Judy and a couple other books, but primarily from the sagegoddess.com and the crystalcouncil.com. I've used them before. I like their website. That will be in the description box below. I have been remembering to put that in there. Are you impressed? I mean, I'm impressed with me. What are you going to do? So, Rainbow Moonstone is, it's opening up. It's opening yourself up to cycles. In fact, this stone is called the Cycle of Cycles. And it absolutely rings true because this stone runs with the phases, the cycles of the moon. Moonstone. Who would have thought? But this is it is an amazing energetic stone because it's an energy clearer. It's a physical body clearer. It's just, it eases stress, anxiety, assists with transitions. It's a gateway to the higher self and the divine feminine. Because remember, Cancer, Moon, Moonstone, all divine feminine, right? It's really great. This stone brings in joy, celebration, gratitude. It shows you the possibilities. Okay, it shows you the possibilities, so it's really good for manifesting. If you've got something going on this month that you're trying to get started, and yes, we have Mercury retrograde, but I'm going to go into that. If you're trying to get something started, if you're trying to clear something up, this stone is great for, if you meditate with it, showing you the possibilities of what could happen, what could take place. Okay, it is great for manifesting. It's great for expansion. So all of you that are going into a 7-month, or if you are a life past 7, this is a fantastic one for that expansion, that spiritual expansion, right? It's great for emotional balance, increases intuition. So this might be something that you want to put in your dream jar, beside your bed, or just sit it beside your bed, put it in your pocket, carry it around with you. This is great for spiritual protection, clarity, and creativity to your spiritual path. Now, when I say creativity and clarity, like spiritual protection, all in your spiritual path, is when you are walking on your path. A lot of people want to attack that, right? A lot of people are just like, I don't like that they're doing so good, and I'm in a really crappy place, so let me throw some mud their way. Let me do some destruction. We don't love that here. We don't. But this is the reality. So this stone is great for the crown chakra, and it's great for that wonderful, all-encompassing, bringing clarity, creativity, and spiritual protection while you are walking your path. And especially those of us that are on our path, or maybe just slightly adjacent to our path. Maybe we need some help getting on our path. This is a great crystal for it. I'm in. I love it. I'm just really excited about it. The other reason that I really was like looking at this stone for this month, this crystal for this month, is because it is great with transitions. It's great during transitional times. It's great with helping you during any kind of transitional moment, a transitional time, whatever. The thing is, we are in a transitional year. This is a 9-year in numerology. I may have mentioned that, but it's a transitional time. And we are also transitioning from the 9-year into the 1-year. Like in November, we're going to start feeling that, like, I don't want to say separation, but this is sort of the bridge. All right. November and December, January and February are the bridge into, like, from the old into the new. And this stone is a fantastic transitional stone. It's a great help with our transition from the 9 to the 1. I know. You see where I'm at? This is this is really where I wanted to go with this particular stone. So if you're a life path 9, or if you're in a 9-month, again, this is a fantastic stone for you. So I am going to do a giveaway. I know last giveaway I did was for labradorite. By the way, labradorite, if you pair this stone with labradorite, it is fantastic for manifesting. It's fantastic for really getting what it is that you want out of life. So there's a thought. Labradorite was the stone for September. Yes. Because smoky quartz has been the stone for this month. So labradorite was the stone for September. So if you pair it with labradorite, it's super fantastic. All right. So the last time I ran the giveaway, it was if you made comments. and that I would pull I would pull it at the end of the month on my live show for metaphysical practices, Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I'm going to do the same thing this time. We are giving away this lovely girl. I know, I know. And yes, the last winner is allowed to submit. So make sure you comment on your life path. If you comment even on the mid-month check-in ones, I count that. I will put your name in a hat, or more likely just on my table, and I will pull your name from there. Yeah, I did that on the last live show. So the cards, just before I forget, the cards I'm using today are, of course, Moonology Oracle cards and the Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. You know, and you know how I feel about these cards. I love them. The book gives so much information that I read from the book on that. Okay, now, here's a quick little overview of November's astrology. If you want to dive deeper into astrology, I highly, highly encourage it. Okay. There's lots of great astrologers out there. There's many, many out there that are just absolutely wonderful. They're astounding. I mean, I have my favorites. I have the people that I look at all the time, and then I sometimes just Google or go down a YouTube rabbit hole of astrologers and just to see what everybody has to say, because again, just a little bit different, just a little bit of a different take on the same thing that we're all seeing, right? So for me, I mean, Deborah Silverman, Marin Altman, Molly McCord, all of these are people that other people have sent to me, and I've just really resonated with them. If you do not resonate with those people, just look it up on YouTube. See who like fits your bill, you know what I mean? And see how you feel about their take on astrology. So again, this is just a quick overview of the astrology for November. There's a lot of transits going on in November. There's a lot of stuff like moving in and out. There's, Mercury's going retrograde. Yeah, Mercury's going retrograde. Things are moving. There's just there's a lot of movement, all right? And I know that the world never stops. The universe never stops. It is constantly moving. But these transits are pretty significant. I mean, so I just want to say this is a quick overview. I'm going to tell you some of these trines. I'm going to tell you some of the oppositions, and I'm going to tell you that they're going to affect the moon, or they're going to affect the feeling or whatever. I encourage you to look it up, because until I have an astrology show on here on this channel again, like I used to, I don't want to go into detail with numerology. I just want to give you the overview. And yes, I am thinking of separating the astrology altogether from the intro, but real quick, we're going to get through this. Okay? Yay. Okay. So on November 1st, we have All Saints Day, and there's no transits that day. Merry Christmas. Well, not really. On November 2nd, in the United States and maybe in other parts of the world, not all of the United States though, we have daylight savings time that hits us. Kind of looking forward to that, but that's a different story. We have Venus square Jupiter. This is a good kind of square, okay? Usually squares, I'm just like, oh, that's challenging, because it usually is, but Venus square Jupiter is a good square, okay? Mars trying Neptune on November 3rd. Fun. On the 4th, Mars is moving into Sagittarius. So Mars is moving from a sign that it loves. It loves being in Scorpio. Yay. It loves being in Scorpio, and now Mars is moving to Sagittarius, which is a little more flighty, let's say, spontaneous. Yes. A little more unpredictable. So that's interesting. Okay. Mars is also opposing Uranus, which is still in Gemini. Keep that in mind, because that's a doozy right there. That Mars opposing Uranus is a big deal. It is actually going to affect the full moon, which is on the 5th of November. Full moon in Taurus that hits its peak at 8:19 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that Mars opposition of Uranus is going to have an effect on this usually quiet and steady and stable full moon. Yeah. Isn't that fun? On the 6th of November, we have Venus moving into Scorpio. Venus is also moving from its home because Venus rules Taurus and Libra. Venus is moving from Libra into Scorpio. It's not its favorite place because it's in opposition of Taurus and it rules Taurus. So little iffy for Venus. Not the worst place for Venus because Venus does not like being in Virgo. You know, your girl's not happy in Virgo, and I get it. But Venus in Scorpio is a little dark for Venus. Let's say that. Yeah. Almost lost my place. Okay, on the 7th, we have Uranus retrograding back into Taurus. So for the last few months, we've had an idea, we've had a little preview of what Uranus in Gemini is going to be like for the next 7 years. Uranus is not going to return to Gemini until the spring of 2026. I can't remember if it's March or April, but Uranus returns to Gemini at that time and will be there for the full ride after that, 7 years. Uranus in Gemini is a very open time. It's great for inventors. It's great for new ways of thinking, new technology. So that is awesome. We love that. Now we move to the 9th where we have Mercury retrograde. Mercury is retrograding in Sagittarius. And this is something I get asked all the time. Like, I don't want to start something new. I don't want to, I can't sign any contracts. I can't do any of this during Mercury retrograde. And I agree. I am double ruled by Mercury. I try not to start new stuff during Mercury retrograde because I get hit by it pretty hard. But I try not to sign contracts during that time. However, there's another man that I follow here on YouTube. He has Minnow Pond Tarot, and his name is Chris. And he says, and I really like this take on it. He's like, you can't stop your life because Mercury has gone retrograde. You cannot stop anything from happening. If you need to start something new, if you need to sign contracts, just be careful about it. Just pay attention to the details because this is what Mercury is all about. So, I mean, communication, details, electronics, but please make sure you back up your computer, back up your phone, back up your systems, and read thoroughly any contracts that you have to sign. If you have to start something new now, that's okay. Just take note that you're probably going to have to come back and rework some kinks in the system. And if you have started something new, like in the past, this is a good time to work out some of the kinks in those systems, okay? Whether it's a relationship, a job, a business, whatever it is that you're doing, this is a good time to work out the kinks, to redo some things, to revisit. Excellent time for that. I mean, really, it is. So Mercury retrograde doesn't have to be a Debbie Downer. Yeah. On the 11th, we have Jupiter going retrograde in Cancer. On the 12th, we have Mars conjunct Mercury in Sagittarius. This is not a good conjunction. It's really not. It's kind of over the top. Yeah. I just want to say it's a little unpleasant, okay? Mars, God of War, colliding, conjunct, Mercury, the planet of communication. It can be a challenging time for communication, okay? Just be aware of that. Then we have on the 18th, we have Mercury retrograding back into Scorpio. Not unhappy about that. On the 19th, we have Mercury opposing Uranus and Taurus. Now, here's the thing. Mercury opposing Uranus really can throw a wrench in our communication, and all these oppositions that we're feeling, all these conjunctions that we're feeling that are not of the happiest nature can cause us to have some really bad communications during this Mercury retrograde, and it can cause us to be a little bit paranoid about the communications that we're having. So you don't need to add dialogue where there is none. You do need to be clear and concise during this time. Please, for the love of all that is holy. Yeah. All right. We also have Mercury trine Neptune, which is a positive thing. It is. I mean, because Neptune is our dreamy, our dreamy state. We love that. But Mercury trine Neptune at the same time that Mercury is opposing Uranus could bring in some, I don't want to say like delusional, but we could have some illusions about the Mercury opposing Uranus. And remember, we just got over the Mercury conjunction with Mars. Things can be a little heated right now. Okay, let's don't invite the illusions in. Let's be nice. Yeah. On the 19th or the 20th, depending on your time zone here, okay? I'm going to go with the 20th because I am on the East Coast. But the new moon in Scorpio hits its peak at 1:47 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the 20th. If you were on the West Coast, it is going to be on the 19th, okay? The new moon in Scorpio is going to happen on the 19th. We also have on the 21st, the sun moving into Sagittarius. Ha! Happy birthday, Sagittarians. On the 22nd, we have the first of two really positive trines. We have Mercury trine Saturn and Jupiter. Mercury is in Scorpio, Saturn is in Pisces, and Jupiter, of course, is in Cancer. This is a very positive trine. We love it. It really could bring us out of the depths of this miscommunication that we've been having with this Mercury retrograde and all of its little like conjunctions and oppositions. This could bring in a fresh breath of air. That's all I'm saying. On the 24th, we have Mercury conjunct Venus. Again, this could be a little bit of fresh air coming in. Yeah. And communicating with those that we love. Yeah. On the 26th, we have our second very positive trine of Venus in Scorpio, Jupiter in Cancer, and Saturn in Pisces. These are fantastic, and this trine is going to last just a smidge longer because Saturn goes direct the next day on the 27th of November, which is Thanksgiving. Here in the US, sorry, there's Thanksgiving in other countries and it's not the same day. That's Thanksgiving here in the US. On the 29th, we have Mercury going direct in Scorpio. We also have Venus opposing Uranus. That's, again, just go dive deep in that rabbit hole. It can be good. It can. It's not as bad as some, but on the 30th, we have Venus moving into Sagittarius, so out of its dark time, yeah, and into Sagittarius. Venus is also trine Neptune, which is in Pisces. So this is a very good time. This is a lot of stuff happening in November. I think that it's going to be a wonderful transitional month. We have a lot of planets that are hopping around in and out of retrograde. Of course, the universe is never stagnant. I said that before, but there's a lot of stuff that I feel like is important happening in November. It's a good lead in to our transition from this 9-year into the 1 year. So really looking forward to November. We end the month with Uranus retrograde in Taurus, Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, South Node in Virgo, Mercury in Scorpio, Sagittarius is hosting Venus, Mars, and the Sun. Pluto is still in Aquarius for the foreseeable future. Pisces has Neptune retrograde, Saturn direct, and of course, North Node. So that wraps us up with 3 planets in retrograde at the end of November, 4 in water plus North Node, 2 in fire plus the Sun, 1 in Earth plus South Node, and 1 in Air. Yes. All right, so that brings us to the end of November, and I really am excited to like get through this transitional time, but I'm very happy that we're getting Mercury retrograde over with before we hit Christmas and Hanukkah and New Year's. Yes. All right, let's stay tuned for your individual numerology. And remember, November and December, you're going to see those repeating numbers in January and February with just a slight twist on it because we'll be in a 1 year in 2026 versus the 9 year that we're in right now. All right, let's see what we got for you. Hello, Life Path 8. Well, November for you is going to be a fantastic preview of what you're going to have in January, a 1 month. Now, in January, you're also going to be like doubling down on the 1 energy because you're going to have a 1 month and a 1 year. Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting. I like to see how this pans out for everybody, but I digress. Life Path 8 November for you is a 1 month. This is amazing. The 1 vibration is truly amazing. The mantra of the 1 is I am inspiration and I fearlessly direct my creative ideas into action. So this is a really good thing for you because you like to take action anyway. This is what you're all about, is you're here to understand that there's an infinite supply. You're here for the material success. Imagination is fueling your talents, and this is the month for it because the 1 vibration is all about initiative, it's all about courage, it's individuality and opportunities. And let me tell you, when you're in a 1 vibration, you are inundated. I mean, really inundated with a lot of inspiration. And you're used to that already. You are. But this is like the divine inspiration that is crisp and clear and just straightforward. It's amazing. This is a fantastic vibration of new beginnings, of really showing your leadership, showing how resourceful you are. And I mean, really just saying, I'm a confident person and that's okay. I am confident in myself. I'm a trailblazer and I'm ambitious, and that is all right. I mean, independence is something that the 1 vibration really like enhances. That's a good way to put it. Enhances. I think that this is just a fantastic opportunity. If you've had some ideas that you've had to shelve, Life Path 8, this is a good time for you to take them off the shelf, dust them off, polish them up, and see if they're ready to work. Look at them from a new perspective and see if they're ready to work. But the thing about it is that this is the only time that you really have to say, in order to like make this happen, I have to take the first step. I have to take a leap of faith. This is it. In that 1 vibration, in that 1 month, it's going to be awesome next year. I'm really interested to see like where we go with this. The last time we had a 1 year was 2017. And I mean, you can go back and you can kind of look at your 2017 and see how that worked out for you. I know. Before that, it was 2008. So again, you're just looking at like going, okay, what did I do in those years? How did I like implement this new fresh start, this new beginning? And I love it for you because again, you're really going to be doubling down on this energy that you're going to be feeling in November. You're going to be doubling down on it in January. So this is a preview of what's going to come next year in 2026, at least in January for you. I know. And Mercury won't be retrograde and Venus won't be in Scorpio. So it's going to be really great. A lot better. I'm just saying. Yeah, because having Venus in Scorpio, she's a little touchy. She's a little dark in Scorpio. And Mercury retrograde during this time, and Mercury's doing all this weird stuff with Mars and Uranus, and it's interesting. But I digress. This is a really great time for you to get creative and for you to really allow your imagination to fuel your talents, which is going to fuel your ambitions. And that's going to really help you to move forward in a fantastic way. This one vibration is a trailblazing energy and it is off the charts. I have all my clients that are ones are entrepreneurs of some kind. Some of them work for companies, some of them are consultants, some of them just have their own businesses. They are some kind of trailblazer. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is definitely a time of new beginnings, and I almost forgot the shadow side. Don't want to leave that out. Very important. The lesson of the one is to push through any insecurities and doubt while developing confidence in one's own abilities. And that does lead, it does lead with you. It does. I mean, it sort of blends in here. Okay. But the thing is, you do have to have confidence that you can do something. I don't think confidence is usually your worst. It's not like the thing that you have less of, confidence. But I mean, we all go through phases where we're just like, I'm not really confident about this situation. It's okay. Hold on. Just develop that confidence in your abilities during this month, especially if you're taking a leap of faith. Faith is a huge part of that, all right? Leaping into something new is challenging and it is scary, but it really gets you to where you want to go. I mean, one way or another, you can do it. The shadow sides of the one is isolation, insecurity, and doubt. And what that makes people think is they think that you are selfish, lazy, or aggressive because they don't see you doing things that they think you should be doing with your talents. And I do really feel like in a 1 month, you are going to really be expressing a lot of maybe I don't want to say hidden talents, but maybe dormant. Yeah. You're pulling them off that shelf that you haven't used in a bit. You're pulling them down, you're dusting them off, and you're polishing them up. And you're saying, okay, let's see if we can give this a new start. Let's see if we can give this a new beginning. And that may be with a lot of the dormant talents that you have. And you have an abundance of them. You do. You do need to have work-life balance when you're in a 1 month because it is challenging to delegate some of the things that you are just like, I want to do it myself. I want to do it myself. And that's a natural thing for an 8 to want to do because I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but 8s can be a little bit controlling because they know they can do it right the first time. I understand that. I do. I'm a Virgo. 100%. I'm with you. But the thing is, you do have to learn to delegate so that you can have a really healthy work-life balance. Yeah. This can be a fantastic, fantastic month for you. And I really do think that, I mean, I'm looking forward to November. I am. Even with Mercury retrograde, as I'm double ruled by Mercury, but I think that this can be a fantastic opportunity for some new growth for you. And whatever you start in this month, you're probably going to pick back up in January. Maybe revisit it, so to speak. I like that. Ooh. nematona. I'm going to say that right. Sacred space. Oh, come on. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. And everybody's place is different. Everybody's altar looks different. There it is. I was like, I can't do this with the camera backwards. This is one of my altars. I have many. And I think that that's important. I like this. I like this a lot. Have a sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. It'll help you take that leap of faith and develop confidence in your own brilliance, your own abilities. Ooh. Ooh, surrender to the divine. What is going on with you, Life Path 8? I have to know. My gosh. Full moon, surrender to the divine. I need to know what's going on. And when you comment either on this video or the mid-month check-in numerology video, you will get registered to enter to win the Rainbow Moonstone that I am giving away this month. I know. It worked so well when I gave away the labradorite, so I thought, let's do it again. I think this one is in the front. Yep, it is. Okay, surrender to the divine. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed? But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now to see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface. No matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card, matters will soon conclude and you'll find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor. That's so awesome. As this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. I am getting the answers I need. A wish you made may be about to come true. Well, that is definitely a 1 month. That is definitely the one vibration. It is. Oh my gosh. This is great. Life Path 8, I love this for you. I do. Well, I hope you have a fantastic November. Don't forget to enter to win the Rainbow Moonstone by making a comment either on this video or the one in the mid-month. It doesn't matter. Either one, I'm good. I'll put you in to win. And there was something else I was going to say. I forgot. It'll come back to me. But I really do hope you have a great November. And until we see each other again, get out there and make your magic. Bye.